Hey everyone, welcome back to Drawing Workout. Today I'm going to show you how to draw freehand circles. If you've ever tried drawing circles by hand and they didn't come out right, maybe they were a little bit wobbly or scratchy or just uneven, don't worry, we're going to try to fix that. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is think about the grip and how you're holding your pencil. So if you're new to drawing, I think the most comfortable grip will be a tripod grip. And that's a perfectly acceptable grip for this exercise. For me, I'm going to use an overhand grip. So I'm going to place the pencil between my middle finger and thumb, and this will kind of hold it in place. My pinky and ring fingers are just hanging out back here, just kind of leaning against the pencil. And then my index finger is near the tip of the pencil. Experiment with different ways to hold the pencil. You can hold the pencil using a tripod grip from behind, or the middle or the front. Again, just experiment and find something that's comfortable for you. So step number 2 is to imagine our circles. So this is a technique called ghosting or ghost drawing, where we're going to hover the pencil over the paper and imagine our circle. This is going to help us establish motion, and it's going to help us decide the size of the circle and where we want to place it. So make sure that the majority of the movement is coming from the shoulder. It might feel a little bit awkward because we're so used to using our wrist when we write. So activating your elbow and your shoulder to make marks might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's very important to draw from your shoulder. So step number 3 is going to be to sketch our circle. And don't press down too hard. Keep things light at this point, especially if this is your first time doing this exercise. It's totally okay if we don't get it right the first time. So next, we want to actually make contact with our pencil on the paper and draw our circle. So in one fluid motion, we're going to ghost the circle first. I'm deciding where I want to put my circle and the size of it. And then when I'm ready, I'm just going to touch my pencil onto the paper. So I went around a few times. This was not a very successful circle, but it's okay. What we do if we don't get the results that we want is we don't try to fix this. This is just a warm-up exercise, and it's not always going to be perfect. So we're going to look at this circle. We're going to analyze it and ask ourselves, how can we make it better? So, just continue making circles on the page. So again, I'll go around a few times, touch the pencil, and then trace over the circle. And I'll just keep doing that. And, I don't know, try going in both directions, see what feels comfortable for you. And if you only want to go around it once, that's okay. I like to go around a few times, so I'm kind of outlining the circle that I've already established, and I think that just helps with accuracy. So let's keep doing. So again, I'm ghosting, establishing where I want to place my circle, and then when I'm ready, I'll touch my pencil onto the paper and go around a few times. And again, if I make a mistake, it's okay. I'm not ignoring it, but I'm also not going to be too critical because, again, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a warm-up exercise. But I am thinking, I'm not just going through the motions. I am thinking about what I want to change. Like, what felt off about this circle, and what can I change on the next one? So we can change the size of our circles. We can make them small or large. You can also play with the line weight. So maybe we want to make some thick ones. Or very thin. You know, just go ahead and add some variation here. Or maybe we want to play with the darkness, so maybe I want to press a little bit harder and make some dark circles. Or some very light ones. Or some very, very dark ones. So nobody's going to draw a perfect circle by hand. Some people might get close, but remember that it's never going to be perfect. And that's kind of the point, you know, when we're sketching, we don't want to pull out our tools to draw those perfect circles. We want to be able to create something that's good enough. And the point here is just to have fun with it. And if you're up for the challenge, I would encourage you to practice drawing a page of circles every day for a few weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and keep them. Keep these drawings, and you can track your progress. That's one of the cool things about art, is that we can see where we're improving. And I guarantee you, if you do this every day just for a few weeks, you'll get better. And once you've done that exercise for a few weeks, now you have this as part of your toolbox. So anytime you're going to start a drawing session, maybe you can start by doing circles. It's just a good way to warm up, loosen up our muscles a little bit, and get all the bad lines out of the way. And sometimes, there's days when I don't really feel like drawing, but I come to my desk, I sit down, and I tell myself I'm going to do the very bare minimum, and that's drawing a page of circles. And I find that, once I get started, I've made the effort to come in the room, sit down, pull out my tools, and, start drawing. And after I'm done with a page of circles, I don't want to leave, and usually I stay and draw. But again, if that day you're just not feeling well for whatever reason, it's okay to just do this. Like, the key here is to be consistent. We don't have to sit down and draw a masterpiece every single time, and I think that's a problem for a lot of people. Is that we sit down and we expect to create something great every time, and that's just not going to happen. So it's perfectly acceptable to just do this on some days. So yeah, I think this is going to be it for today. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.